Welcome along in, everybody, to the Red Card Radio News Hour. This is our first release this week, so if you're coming in and you're like, wait, the news already, you're not confused. There just was nothing to review. So we're coming first and foremost with the news. We hope that this is the one-stop shop, the one place you need to come for news in and relating to the English Premier League and other things that the three of us care about. My name is James. I support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below, that's Sean. He supports Tottenham Hotspurs. Boys, hello. How are we this week? What's going on?
You were wrong.
I'm wrong.
Yes. There was something to review. The Netherlands shot 51 shots against some team with a castle in their flag. I have no idea who they were. 51 shots and it was 97% possession.
What? 97?
I will get the particulars after Brad gives his thoughts on today.
Wow. Well, hey, club football is back this weekend. We'll get there soon, but club football is back. I get Chelsea FC again this weekend, so I'm excited.
Let me just quickly double check who you guys play. Oh, okay, yeah. We'll have to talk about Chelsea this week. You got some matches coming up, Brad, so we'll have to talk about it.
So the country in question that has a castle is Gibraltar.
Okay, that makes
sense.
And
I was wrong. It was 87% possession.
Yeah, 97 would have been insane.
And I also have a correction. It was not 51 shots. It was 52.
How many were on target?
12. So according to Brad, that's a bad day at the park.
How many saves did the Gibraltar goalkeeper have?
Saves are not on this particular score sheet that I'm looking at. Let me check how many times there was a grounded fielding by the goalkeeper.
All right. What was
I'm just going to run down the stats. Netherlands stat sheet read 52 shots, 12 on target, 87% possession, 763 passes with a 90% pass accuracy, only 8 fouls, only 2 offsides with 19 corners.
Wow. All right. So what was the score?
3-0.
That's it. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Veghorst in the mud.
So Memphis Depay kicked us off at the 23rd minute. Nathan Ake put one in the second half in the 50th and 82nd minute with a 51st minute red card for a man named Liam Walker from the island of Gibraltar. As funny as the Netherlands stat sheet read, I would also like to read for you the Gibraltar stat sheet that read 0 shots, which would also mean, Brad, simple math, there were 0 on target.
Yeah.
Possession 13%. Passes, mind you, 763 for Netherlands, 129 for Gibraltar, with a 41% accuracy.
Oh no!
So tell me, I want somebody to tell me again how Harry Kane scoring against Lithuania is any worse than Nathan Ake putting a brace past Gibraltar.
I'm not taking that one. That's wild.
Goodness gracious.
I think it's more impressive because he's a defender, so he's very far away from the goal.
That is crazy. It doesn't matter at that point. You got 52 shots.
I meant that's wild. That was not, boys. That one was not on our rundown. So
it was not.
That was not on the rundown. But you said there was nothing to review, and I saw that about 4 hours ago, and I thought, you know what?
By golly,
bringing it in.
By golly, we're doing all right. Well, loyal listeners, this is what you can expect. And not so loyal listeners, if you're new here, this is what you can expect. Yeah. If you're new here and you just stumbled across us, this is what Red Card Radio is. It's 3 friends talking about football. We all support different clubs, and this is what you're going to get. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, drop a comment down below on YouTube. If you are on one of the podcast site, definitely will hit it with a follow. Leave a 5-star review if your platform so allows. And we have a Discord server that we chat about all kinds of things, football, of course. F1, the World Chess Championship, boys, is coming up, and I think in like a week and a half, something like that. Starts in a week and a half. So we're going to start talking about, there's going to be some more chess content in Red Card Radio, just so everybody knows. So definitely want to join our Discord, all that stuff. Interact with us on YouTube in the comments, because we do like to get to your comments, which, according to our rundown, is where we're going next. All right. So, Jimmy had some thoughts. His first is more of a sympathetic thought for you, Sean. Last week you regaled us with your, I would say it was more than a mild inconvenience, because you lost access to the greatest baby carrots the world has ever known. And Jimmy just wants you to get your carrots back, man.
He liked the video because he's already reviewed, subscribed. He just hadn't liked the video yet, so he's hoping that gets you your carrots back.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're not the baby carrots already in the plastic, man. They're just the short ones. I just want them back in the produce section, man.
Come on, Kroger, get your life together. Now, he also had another comment about this Fulham United FA Cup fiasco that we talked about last week. Jimmy thinks that the ref got everything right in the match. All the calls were right. What Jimmy thinks. I don't think Jimmy's wrong there. I think all the calls were probably right in the Fulham United match. The handball, red card for Willian. I don't know what Marco Silva said to him, but like, if the coach is chatting some stuff, then the coach has got to go. And then Mitrovic gets a red card. Now, Will pops in here. And, Will agrees that the cards were correct, but all this talk of an extended ban from Mitrovic is ridiculous. It should be the standard 3-match for violent conduct ban, nothing more. He was slightly more aggressive towards the ref than a normal player is in a very heated situation, and gave him a minor push, is what Will says. Unless, of course, Mitrovic was especially verbally egregious, like threatening the ref. Now,
which would be on the audio recording
if they publicize
it. Because if that mic's hot all the time and he's talking to his refs, the other refs would have been able to hear it because he's right in his face.
Yep.
So,
yeah, I think that's a fair point. Like, we've seen players approach refs like in super heated manners before, and the only difference is they don't touch the ref, right? So the straw that broke the camel's back is the touching of the ref.
Yeah.
I said last week I don't think it should be much more than 3 games, if anything, which is wild to me that the Premier League hasn't come down on this. Like, they haven't announced what the suspensions are going to be yet.
The PMGOL have not met, or FA.
It's the FA.
Have not announced it. They said, hey, we are looking into what the ramifications of this will be. But I haven't seen anything.
I know
they've said what the penalties will be for both of them, for both Marco Silva and Mitrovic.
Now, I know that they gave Mitrovic and Marco Silva some amount of time to respond to the charges. I don't remember what the press release said as to what the timeline was.
A week or a couple of days. I think it's 3 days or it's a week. It's one of the two. 3 days or 7 days.
I think it's normally 3 days in a normal situation, but it's also right at the international break, so it's possible that they gave them more time because people were out of country. But yeah, really appreciate those comments. Definitely keep them rolling in because we like to talk about them. We like to hear what you guys are thinking and let everyone else know what you're thinking. So jump in those comments in this video and tomorrow's, and we'll talk about them. Boys. Most of the clubs have played 28 games. Some have played 27. Some have played 29. I don't think anyone's played 30 yet. Has anyone actually played 29 yet? No one's played 29. 28 and 27. Some people have played 26. That means we've got just under a third of the season left. We got about 10 games for some teams or so. About a quarter, roughly close to a quarter of the games left, right? We should look at the sheets of integrity. We should take a gander, see where we've been. So at the beginning of the season, for you people who are stumbling across us, who aren't familiar with Red Card Radio, every year at the beginning of the season, we put down on paper so that it can't be contradicted later. We put down our picks for certain things. Things like who's going to make it to the Champions League, who's going to win the league, who's going to be the top goal scorer, who's going to have the Golden Glove, all those things. And then, of course, who's going to get relegated? So, Sean, you have the sheets of integrity. Sean is our
I
resident.
did not lose them
What
this
should,
year.
Yes.
what should we call you? You're our archivist. Sean is the Red Card Radio archivist. And
The soothsayer, if you will.
I don't like soothsayer. I like archivist because I came up with it.
Okay. All right.
If you guys can come up with a better name, though, please leave it in the comments because I don't like either one of those.
You don't like
mage.
archivist?
Mage.
Mage? What is this? Are we playing Dungeons and Dragons now on here?
I don't know what we're doing. I'm just the sage. Sage was what I was going for.
Bro,
Oh,
The old wise man that keeps all the librarian, the old wise man.
That's why I called you an archivist.
that's what I said. Like, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really like it. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see what the comments say.
Sean, let's take it category by category, and you can have the reins here because you've got the sheets.
All right. Well, I will make myself last. James, top 4. You said, and for the listeners at home, top 4 is the only one we did in order.
Yes.
Other than picking a winner.
Now, I think to be fair, we did pick our entire league in order.
Table.
That's in
Yes.
Discord. We'll have to do that at the end, and we're gonna do like a little points tally and we'll see who is closest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Okay. So the top 4 is the only one on the sheets we did in order. So
Yep.
you have City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs. So you may get in order. You may get 2. Will probably get 1, and that's probably Spurs 4th.
Yeah. If City
Knock on wood.
if City win and if Spurs
That's
finish
your
fourth,
possible 2.
I would rather just get 1.
Because Arsenal's going to be second.
I
They're
think
not
you'd
going to be
rather
third.
get 0 right on this list.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to
You would
have
rather
0.
get
Yes.
Brad.
Can't say
You
one.
had Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Arsenal. And you said Spurs 5th. That doesn't count, but you're probably going to get that one right. You're probably not getting any of these right.
So what
No.
was
In order.
Brad had
ahead.
City, Chelsea, Liverpool.
He had in order
City, Liverpool.
Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Arsenal.
You picked
Yeah.
You picked Chelsea to win the Premier League
Yes.
this year?
I pick Chelsea every year. That's not going to be. That's what. What?
Okay. All right. Well then,
If I remember correct, who your golden boot was. We'll wait till he says it, or who you were debating for your golden boot.
okay. You gave me a metric boatload of stuff last year when I picked
Yes.
Arsenal.
Of course,
All right. Well then, now I know that none of your picks are serious too. So, all right, Sean, continue on.
we're all homers on. This is the homers pod.
Speaking of metric bull ton of stuff, mine read Spurs, Liverpool, City, Arsenal.
Oh man. In my
So all 3 of us had Liverpool finishing second.
I debated. If you want to roll the tape back, I debated putting Arsenal second. Back when we did this. Yeah, I mean, I think all of us are shocked how poorly Liverpool have done this year, right? Like
Yes.
that goes without saying.
Yeah, but they're still within striking distance here.
This wasn't a round table. This wasn't a round table. We all
No.
independently did our own homework on this, and we all came up with very specific second places.
Oh, wow, that's
It was
wild.
Liverpool. Yeah. So we're probably all both going to get 2 correct, and it's probably Arsenal. Only 2 of us have Arsenal, City, and Spurs in. So Brad, you're probably going to be the odd man out there.
Yeah, in terms of like getting the picks right, but
Yeah.
not necessarily in order. Yeah.
Yeah, because me and James are going to have 2 no matter what.
Yep.
Arsenal and City. All right, relegation. We're back
Oh.
to the top. Brad, you had Everton, Bournemouth, Fulham.
I'm missing
So
Fulham, but that's not bad.
So far, you are the most wrong.
That's because you only read one.
James had Southampton, Bournemouth, and Fulham.
I think I'm the only one that was on the Southampton train before the season started.
All right. Sean had Everton, Leeds, Bournemouth.
Yo, I'm most right here.
What?
I have 2.
I've got Leeds.
Leeds aren't in
And
the
Everton.
14th.
Bro, neither one of them are in the relegation zone.
What do you mean they're 14th? They're 2 points out of relegation.
Okay,
Look,
but if the season ended today, who would win that?
but the season doesn't end today.
True. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
And Everton is below Leeds, so
They're both 2 points out of relegation.
right. But I'm saying like we're both just as close as to being right.
Okay, all right.
As
all right.
long as
Because
long
Fulham, we're
I
100%
guess
wrong.
technically speaking, James
Hey.
is the most right now.
And technically speaking, my Fulham pick is still in play.
yeah.
All right.
No, it's not. But okay.
They're 1 point shy of 40.
All right. Golden Boot.
Brad, hold on. I have a quick question. Do you think that there's like a rule
Kidding.
that says if you get 40
No.
points, you're not allowed to get relegated? It's just a question.
No.
Okay, cool.
It's normally the magic number that says you're safe. There's never been a club that's been relegated with more than 40 points.
All right. Sean, go back. You back.
Golden Boot.
Yep.
Brad had Mohamed Salah.
How's that feeling?
Let's what? Hold on. Let's check the.
Oh, let Brad pull it up. You keep looking at the
You
sheet.
keep reading.
And Brad will pull up the Golden Boot, unless you already got it up, Sean.
Of course I do.
Okay.
I type faster and I'm more accurate.
Oh my goodness. Andy's
All
more,
right.
Andy's more beautiful.
He has 11 goals. He is tied for 7th.
Oh.
Not bad. Not a bad year. Not up to his standard. He would probably tell you that.
Yep.
Not up to Liverpool standards, but not a bad year nonetheless. James. Erling Haaland. He would be number 1.
He would be.
28 goals scored.
That is correct. I think both of you guys didn't like my pick there. I think both of you guys thought that he would have a slump, or like it would take him a while to get going.
I didn't think he'd be a slump. I just thought it'd take him a while.
I thought it would take him a while to get going. I didn't think he would have 43 through 5. So, Golden Boot for Sean. I had Harry Kane. So,
Which is also a good pick because he's second.
He's second with 21. I'm only 7 off the pace.
Like 21 goals with how many games do Spurs have left? 10 games.
10.
Like he could end up with 30, like easy.
He could easily end up with 30 and finish 9 behind the leader.
And it feels bad, but you didn't win the Golden Boot with 30 goals. That's wild.
Yes. Yeah.
But if I remember Golden Boot
well,
conversation correctly,
I believe that happened with Van Persie. Did it not? Was not the Van Persie United year? Was that the year that Suarez scored 32?
Maybe. I don't like to remember that year.
it
Or
feels bad.
maybe Joel can probably correct us on this, but I want to say those years were really close, and maybe Van Persie broke it and Suarez broke it right behind, or something along those lines.
I don't remember.
But anyways,
Wait. When we were doing this though, because you made fun of my Chelsea pick winning the league, weren't you debating between Haaland and Raheem Sterling?
It's possible. It's
I'm
possible.
pretty sure you were. If we went back to the tape, I'm pretty sure that was your debate was between the two.
I don't think you're wrong. Like I'm not gonna push back on that because that sounds vaguely familiar in my brain. But holy smokes, am I happy that I didn't pick Raheem Sterling. He has been useless this year.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that point either.
How many goals?
I just wanted to make sure he was there.
How many goals does he have right now, Brad?
He probably is leading our club at like 5.
Okay. What else? I think we also have
Havertz is leading your club. At,
4 goals, sorry. And I think he has one for the Champions League, so 5.
Havertz is leading your club at
7.
At 7.
All right. So how many? What's left on the sheets?
We've got Golden Boot.
Golden
All
Glove?
right, so just let's
see Golden Boot.
All right, sorry. We have Golden Glove. We have Europa.
Oh.
And Champions League. If we want to go down those roads,
we can mention them.
Okay,
real quick.
So I'll do those real quick. Brad's Golden Glove was Mendy.
LOL.
Sean's was Allison. LOL. James's was Ederson. James is probably the only one with a chance.
No, Allison and Anderson are both at 10 clean sheets.
Yeah, Allison's
Nick Pope is at 12. Allison's having a good year.
Yo,
that is strange.
Who else is on 12, Brad?
Europa.
Ramsdale.
Thank you.
But Nick Pope's one of the top
Europa.
people.
Brad had Roma still in it.
True.
Sean had for the ha-has.
I remember that.
For the ha-has, for those at home, it was because we were currently in the Champions League before the Champions League started. And James, you had Europa winner as Arsenal. So two teams still left alive.
No, just Roma. Just
Roma,
man.
just me.
All right.
As rude.
Champions League. Brad had Chelsea. Uh, I had Bayern Munich. Oh, I'm still alive, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And
For another round.
you had AC Milan. They're
All
still
three
alive,
of
right?
us are still in
Yeah.
this.
I forgot.
James
And
is on
AC,
one
AC
side.
and James, yeah, James has the easy pass to the final too, and all he needs is a
Hey,
magical night in Istanbul, baby. And
hey.
that's where it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
and
so.
Sean, your chances just went up there too. We didn't put this on the rundown either, but Bayern has a new coach,
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Tommy
Tommy,
Tuchel.
Tommy T. We also did good golden boots for both tournaments. I don't think that's necessary, but
Yeah, it's not worth it. All right, cool. I think well, that was good. Tell us if you guys made predictions before the season. Let us know how you're doing with your predictions. Um, we have another quick Wrexham update. Wrexham AFC. They're in the Nations League, and we talk about them because they were in the FA Cup for a while. They were doing really well. As Americans, we're kind of attached to them through the fact that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney bought them a couple years ago, and so Wrexham just signed retired goalkeeper Ben Foster.
and that would be because their number one and number two goalkeepers have gone down. Rob Layton went down early in the season. So if you watch Welcome to Wrexham, he had an injury last season as well, but their goalkeeper held them through. Their backup keeper held them through. And Rob Layton came back, had an early injury this year. Mark Howard was doing his best, got injured again,
Yeah.
or he got injured. So that means they had a gap to fill.
So I consume a lot of Ben Foster's content on YouTube, whether that's like football fill-in or cycling GK stuff. And one of the things he likes to do when he was playing is when he wasn't in the Premier League, because the Premier League wouldn't let him do this. When he was in the EFL, he would put a GoPro in the goal, and sometimes he would wear a GoPro on his chest. And like he would like do match day vlogs like in the middle of the game. And so he was able to do that again this weekend in Wrexham's game. And so if you jump on the Cycling Goalkeeper, the Cycling GK YouTube channel, you'll see a match day vlog from the Wrexham match this weekend, and it's really fun. I think it's good stuff. But this is a Premier League goalkeeper who there were teams this season who wanted to sign Ben Foster. Newcastle was in for him. Spurs were in for him. And he signed, he got his, kind of started his playing career apparently at Wrexham 18 years ago or so before he signed for Manchester United. So that's a pretty interesting story developing there.
Hey, speaking of Manchester United and Wrexham, they are actually playing each other this summer in San Diego. It's been announced July 25th. Wrexham is doing a tour. They are playing Manchester United in the USA.
Didn't you say they were going to be playing Chelsea as well?
There's a rumor that they're playing Chelsea. It hasn't been confirmed yet.
Well, you hope that they're not playing Chelsea, because if they're playing Chelsea, that means Chelsea are probably on a West Coast tour as well, and that means you're not going to see them.
I think it's East Coast. The rumor is it's East Coast.
I do
It's
have
in
a
my home
question.
state.
I do have a question, Brad.
Yeah,
Who owns Notts County? Because is it Blake Lively? Because this is a joke.
I think so. It has to be Blake Lively.
So just a quick. I'm not going to do a table like we do a championship update, but Notts County on 40 games played has 94 points with a goal differential of plus 64, and Wrexham are technically in second. I don't know what. Oh, because games played. 38 games played, 94 points on a 64 goal differential. And then third place is astronomically below both of them. Not even close, 72 points on a 26 goal differential. So Notts County are right with Wrexham the entire way. This should have been easy for Wrexham, and Notts County said, no, not up in here. Don't look up who the owner of Notts County is, because it's boring.
Yeah, just live in the idea that it's Blake Lively.
Imagine it's Blake
I'm with
Lively. Blake Lively just playing a massive, massive joke on Ryan Reynolds.
Just trolling him any chance she can get. Yeah. So that's our our Wrexham update for this week. That's probably the last one until the end of the National League season.
Just to make sure. Hopefully, we'll knock on wood that they get promoted to the League Two.
League Two. All right. That brings us to our final bit of news we got coming this weekend. So this weekend coming up, we've got the Formula One Australian Grand Prix from Melbourne. So the everybody's making their way down to the other side of the world. So currently the Constructors' Championship reads Red Bull on 87 points, Aston Martin on 38, Mercedes on 38, and Ferrari are on 26. Those are the teams that really matter in terms of, I think the next closest team was like AlphaTauri, and they've got like 8 points or something like that. McLaren, it's on a big goose egg, which is pretty strange. I don't know what's going on there. I don't think they have any points yet. And then if you look at the Drivers' Championship, so this is still fairly close, but we got Max Verstappen on 44 points. Sergio Perez is on 43 points. Fernando Alonso is on 30 points. Carlos Sainz is on 20 points. Lewis Hamilton is on 20 points as well. And then George Russell is on 18 points. So I guess, what I think we're all thinking at this point is the Constructors' Championship is kind of shaping up to be who's going to finish second. And then the Drivers' Championship is shaping up to say who's going to finish third. But is there a world where Sergio Perez beats Max?
I was just going to question this. I know we talked about it for certain off the pod. Did we talk about the Red Bull communications on the last week on the podcast?
Maybe, but we can do it again because it was fun.
Are you talking about like the Max Verstappen, the asking who has the
fastest lap?
Didn't happen on the last lap. It happened getting towards the end of the race. But
it was last lap.
Essentially, Max asked the box who has the fastest lap, and the team responded, "We're not concerned with that, Max."
Yeah.
So that only would mean to Max, that means Checo Perez has it.
Yeah.
Because either they would have said you have it, or they would have said who has it.
Correct.
They only would have not said who it is if it was my teammate.
Yep.
And he full out last lapped to get the point, which is what he leads the championship by the way.
Yep. He said, "I'm concerned. I am."
Yeah, I'm concerned.
I am.
Because I guess I was doing quick math. There's only been 2 races. That means somebody else got the fastest lap on some other team last race.
It was
Gasly.
Gasly got the fast.
I thought it was Zhou. I thought Zhou had the fastest lap in.
Well, whoever has an odd number.
Well, I think that they had the fastest lap, but they were out of the points, so they didn't get the point.
Oh, okay.
I think the fastest lap in Bahrain was out of the points, if I'm not mistaken. Any insight you got? Any feelings about Australia, Sean? How do you like Australia?
Between last year and this year with the new body, McLaren need to be thinking about getting a new engine. And I don't know if it's Audi when they come in. I don't know if it's Honda,
Ford,
or let's be honest, James. Like you've lived through it. Or just wait for Mercedes to come around. Like they're gonna figure it out eventually.
I mean,
it's Mercedes.
I don't know so much about Formula One at this point, but it seems like it kind of goes in phases, right? Where like a team is good, and they're good, but then everyone else is just like, all right, we're not going to care for the next 3 years. We're going to focus on 3 years from now when the new certifications come in, the new stuff come in, and that's where we're putting all of our money. And so then like the other team is like, well, we still have to be good now. Like the team who's on top, like Red Bull's like, we still have to be good now so we can continue to win now. And so they don't really necessarily give up on their current car and their current situation, but they can't look so much to the future like everyone else is. And so then when they get to the new regulations, everyone else comes up, and Red Bull kind of has to play catch up a little bit. So it kind of seems like maybe that's the way that the sport works, is that you kind of go through phases in that manner. I don't know if that's true or not. People can correct me.
Well, it bunched up last year where everybody was close except for the Mercedes engine. Mercedes engine just didn't have it at the beginning of last year, and all 3 teams, the 3 major teams that have it are Mercedes, McLaren, and Aston Martin. All three made really good adjustments, and I think they finished in that order: Mercedes, Aston Martin, McLaren last year. No, it was AlphaTauri. No, not AlphaTauri. Alpine finished right there. But Aston Martin had a good year with Vettel and Stroll. All three made adjustments to not be slow. But at the first year at Bahrain last year, all three of them were putrid slow
comparatively. Brad,
comparatively to everyone else.
What's that looking like for you, Brad?
I was looking at the teams. That's all. It was last year was Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Alpine, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin, and Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin tied on points.
Yeah.
Okay. Boys, you got anything else tonight? Is that it? What? Any of you guys got any random trivia that you want to?
Oh, it was Zhao. You're right. It was Zhao in Bahrain.
Dude, I nailed it. I'm so good. Man.
I was looking for.
I was looking for it as well because you were going slowly. Yeah, I think that's all we got tonight, guys. So if you're still
Wait, we didn't predict who was winning the race.
Oh, okay. Brad? Who's gonna win the race?
Max Verstappen.
Sean, who's gonna win the race?
I think the better comparison is pick the seconds in which how many more seconds in front of second place is he going to be?
That's a good one.
But wait. I actually do have an idea here. If Max Verstappen had to start not on the pole, like top 10 in like 10th position every single race, do you think he would still win the Drivers' Championship?
Yes.
I think so too. I really think so.
I think it depends.
The Red Bull is that much faster.
Yeah. So the question is, can Sergio hold him off? Like that's the question.
That's the only question.
The question are there situations where Sergio will hold Max off?
Right. I mean clearly he did this race, but that's because half the race Max is going through. But I don't think it's going to take Max 25 laps every single week to get through everybody.
The other technical question of it's racetrack to racetrack.
Yeah.
Monaco, it's not happening.
Yep. Correct.
So if he starts in 10th, his best possible finish position is probably like 5th.
Maybe.
Correct. I'm with you.
Unless there is a pull everybody together restart.
Yeah.
And then he's got a chance. But in Azerbaijan and Singapore and the street races, those are the ones he can't do that on. But you give him Monza.
Yeah,
the temple of speed.
Yeah,
he's flying past everybody.
Yeah, I think even this Australian racetrack is fast. So
and he's gonna blow through everybody. You put him in 20th. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
yeah. I think
it's the car.
Correct.
It's the car
and the driver.
Put Fernando back in that seat and see what happens.
Oh yeah. I get you.
Put Lando, put George Russell, put Lewis in that car and see what happens. It's the same result.
Yep.
It's the car.
I mean, I'm not trying to say that Max Verstappen's not a good racer. Like obviously, he's amazing, but this car is ridiculous.
He's in that group, and that car, and I'm not poo-pooing because so far, from what we can tell, other than catering wings, they have done everything above board.
We'll see.
Other teams just aren't as smart enough to figure out how to make their car faster. That's fine. But you put any of those top like 7-8 drivers in that car, they're doing the same thing.
I kind of
Checo.
Agree. Yeah,
Checo does the same thing with the same car.
That's what I'm saying is like can Checo hold him off? Like that's going to be the question.
He did it last week.
Yeah, but it would, like to your point though, street race versus circuits, like that's where like Checo is a big
street race.
He's a big
driver.
He's
a wide driver.
Yeah. So we'll see. That's a good question, Brad. And okay, Sean. Well, here, how many seconds? Whoever wins the race, how many seconds are they going to win by? 12. I'm going to take 7. I think second will be 7 seconds behind first.
I think it's going to be like 20, 25.
You think? Hold on. Time out. You think one Red Bull car is going to put 25 seconds on another Red Bull car?
Yes. 20 seconds. Yes.
Yo, he said it with his whole chest too. All right. Let us know in the comments what you think. How many seconds behind will the second place car be in this weekend's F1 race? And let's all come back next weekend and clown Brad when he is ridiculously wrong. if you're new here, still checking us out, hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell. We do have Premier League football back this weekend. We're going to have a preview of match week 29 for you all coming up tomorrow. Like 15 games or something like that taking place between this starting Saturday and before the next time we release a podcast. Madness. Ring the sub notification bell, leave a 5-star review, all that stuff. You don't want to miss out on anything that we're producing here. And leave a comment down below, and we will talk about it hopefully next week. Thanks so much for listening, and we will see you guys on the preview. Have a good one.